That's a fun song. And I guess I could say, sorry to say, that takes me back to my college days, but that's a really cool song. So happy Thursday, everybody. How is everybody? I see a couple of waves, nods, thumbs. Cool. Boy, it's been a great week here at KW. Capper cruise, so much fun. All of us having a great old time on that boat. Who was on the boat and had a great time? Woohoo! Yes. All right. We hope to have everybody on that boat next year. Let me tell you, we'll get a nice big boat. So weather's kind of, I don't know, a little iffy. I got poured on this morning doing my run. Not fun, but it was okay. I powered through it. It looks like it's going to be a nice weekend. So great weekend for showing houses, open houses. Sunday looks perfect. Sunday just happens to be Adonis and Danny's wedding day on Sunday. Woohoo! So it's going to be a perfect day. Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. That's so exciting. All right. So a couple announcements, guys. First, today at 9:30, lead gen on Zoom with Debbie Orr continues. Those of you who have been participating, I hear it's fantastic. And it's continuing today. So be in Debbie's Zoom room. Again, look for that email with her Zoom code. 1 o'clock today is seller objections in this Zoom room. Seller objections. That's something that we should really mastermind about and understand. Again, that's 1 o'clock today. Next week, Tuesday at noon. So have your pens out. I see Tony writing things down. I love it. Tuesday at noon, we have Christina Fry, expert marketing class. Those of you who have seen Christina Fry in the past, she is amazing. And she always has great things to share about marketing and promotion. So that's Tuesday at noon. Wednesday at noon is Profit Share Team. It was going to be this week, but we had to move it with an ALC clinic that was happening this week for us. So next Wednesday at noon, those of you who've been participating, please show up. And those of you who are curious, please come, because we mastermind about profit share, and the ideas that are coming forward are new ideas that I never even heard of in 17 years. Next Wednesday as well at 1 o'clock in this Zoom room is Mastering Open Houses with Christopher Grass. He's had some great success moving his business forward just from open houses. So that's next Wednesday at 1. And next Thursday at 5:30 p.m. is Career Night. Dan and I will be entertaining anyone that you send our way. So we've had a great crowd the last couple career nights. So anyone that you know of who's curious about real estate, anyone who you think should be curious about real estate, getting the real estate license, send them our way and we'll set them straight and tell them everything that they need to know. Thursday next week, 5:30. Okay, let's move on to our Mortgage Minute, our new format. We got to be mindful of the time. And I know we have the wonderful, gorgeous Karen Mulreed from Westport Mortgage with the Mortgage Minute for today. Karen.
Thank you. So nice to see you. So sorry I missed that cruise. Oh my gosh. I did not have a good stomach that afternoon and evening. Anyway, I want to talk to you today about renters. And by the way, I am Karen Mulreed, Westport Mortgage, where we help realtors sell, help buyers buy. And I want to talk to you about marketing to renters. Do you know that 50% of renters feel like they're never going to be able to buy a home? I mean, that is so sad. It's up to us to make them happy and help them buy. And the reasons that they want to buy were a little surprising to me. It had nothing to do with equity or appreciation, but they wanted to buy. The top reason is they wanted the flexibility to do what they want to do in the space that they live in. Well, that's understandable and that's easy to talk to. They want the stability of a payment, right? You know, rents can go up and they should be afraid of that. We all know that. But having a nice low 30-year fixed rate, it keeps your monthly payment stable and you can budget for that. So we can overcome that. And they love the pride of home ownership. And we all can relate to that because we're all very proud of having the homes that we do. But what prevents them from buying? Well, the first thing is down payment. Now, they still believe that we need 20% down. Well, we do not. You can put 3%, 5%, 10%. Vets can put 0% down. So we can certainly overcome that. You can use gifts for down payment. So let's remind them of those things. They also think that prices are a little too high, but I think prices are coming down a little bit or at least stabilizing. And I also think that you can go up the line a little bit, or maybe stay out of the Greenwich, Stamford area when you're first buying, because we all work remotely. So living a little farther away from where your office is a little more doable now. So we should market to that. And the other thing that they worry about that prevents them is credit score. Credit scores don't have to be 700 or 800 to buy. Right now, I'm doing a loan for someone who has a 611 credit score. Lenders' minimum credit standards have come down. It doesn't mean that they're lending inappropriately, but the scores have come down. So let's take advantage of that, and let's use these points to market to renters, and let's get more houses sold.
Absolutely.
So if you have any questions about that, give me a call. Karen Mulreed, Westport Mortgage, where we have been your mortgage partner since 2007.
Can they do it? Yes, they can. Right, Karen?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. And let's just get more of those renters to buy. Let's make it happen. Thanks, Karen. All right, let's move on to our spotlight today. So as you know, with our new format on Thursdays, we're going to have vendor guests that are, vendors and tools and things that you can use on your business that are very important. And when it comes to our vendors, those that you should be partnering with on your team, right? They're part of your team, your real estate team. And today we are thrilled to have Kara Golden of Tiger Inspections with us. Kara, how are you?
Great. It's so nice to see you all. It's been so long, so it's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, it has been too long, and we're thrilled to see you, and we will have you back more often now.
Thank you.
So let's talk about, I know that we sent an email about dealing with buyer's remorse, and that just has a negative connotation, right? Let's talk about really what is, I think, important in this world in keeping our deals together is managing inspections in a strong seller's market, right?
Sure.
I mean, it's a key element. I mean, buyers obviously want to inspect these properties, and yet so many times houses are as is, and a newer buyer is just suspect. I mean, let's talk about the best way to manage all of that, Kara, from your perspective, managing one of the largest inspection companies in Connecticut.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, so we're coming up on 30 years for inspections in Connecticut. Wow. So it's exciting. And so I like to get out there and talk to you all and find out what's working in your business and what isn't, and how we can assist to simplify this process. And so we're going to talk about a few of those things today. But this is a fast-paced market. A lot of people have one short showing, there's little room for negotiations, but our inspectors' goals hasn't changed. It's really to inform the clients of the home conditions so they understand what they're buying. In today's market, though, sometimes, people aren't then taking it to the next step. So when they get that inspection report, there is no room for negotiation. So they're not following up on some of those action items or further evaluation items. And they don't know how much these repairs are going to cost them down the road. So really, the maintenance items in an inspection report are so easily addressed, but we really want people to understand so they can budget for down the road. How much is it going to cost to fix some of these issues or concerns or just upgrades? An example would be, a 30-year-old air conditioning. It's functioning properly at the inspection. The report says, it's beyond its manufacturer's service life. I know it's a term you all hate, but that is according to the licensing of home inspectors that they have to say that. And so there's no room. Sellers aren't going to replace that. It's working. They move into their house next spring. Maybe they realize it's time to replace it, but they never got a quote for how much that replacement's going to cost. And all of a sudden, what we call is fun money. The money they were going to use for their new countertops or their new cabinets in their kitchen has to go to a new air conditioning unit because they didn't know or have the information when they bought their house. So my takeaway on that one is just, let your clients get those contractors in and get those price budgets, but have the conversation with them even before inspection day and say, whatever the circumstances are, there's not a lot of room. There's multiple offers, not a lot of room for negotiating, but there may be some items that we just want to plan for and budget for as you move into this house. So you know what you're in for in the next 12 to 24, maybe the first 5 years that you're in there.
Right. Good perspective. So, so many, newer agents are a little suspect of inspectors. Like, I don't want to have an inspector come into my house and sabotage the deal. I don't want him to scare away my buyers. How do you react to that, Kara?
So, we're part of your team here, and just like you want your clients to buy a house that they love and they're comfortable in and be fully informed about, maybe the neighborhood, the schools, the area, so that they give you great referrals down the road. We're part of that team too. We just want the clients to be fully informed. We want to advise them on how and look, no house is perfect. So we advise them on how they can live in this house, what some of their upgrade options are, budgeting, like I said, for the first couple of years they're living there. It's all part of, creating a happy client once they get into this house. The happiness shouldn't end, once they get in there and there's maybe some sticker shock or unknowns. We don't want that. We want them to be totally informed about the whole process.
Right, cool. And the cost of those improvements or fixes, at least, in today's mortgage world, right? They're getting in at a low cost, right? With their mortgage, that if there need to be improvements, that's something that can be managed more easily. At least that's a spin you could put on it with your buyers, so they feel a little bit better about the cost that they may incur. So how else do you partner with the agents? Tell us about those relationships.
Sure. So, I'm the director of marketing, so I do a lot of partnering on the marketing end, helping you all, either market your business or supporting you in different ways. It's been hard during the pandemic. But one of the things we like to help you with is on the seller's end, how can we create a smoother transaction? So we've done a presentation here before on seller preparation inspections, getting all that information ahead of time so that you're informed, your sellers are informed, but even just on a smaller scale, preparing for inspection day. So if you're the seller's agent and you're working with clients and maybe a little bit of an older home, check out those service tags on all the equipment. Is it outdated? Have a contractor come in and just service the equipment. A buyer feels so confident when they look at a house and it's been serviced regularly. Same thing right now, we're coming into the fall season, service that air conditioning, because inspectors can't run that after it's going to 55 degrees on the overnight. So another 6 weeks or so, we won't be able to inspect those air conditioning units. So if you do that now, you look like a rock star seller. Same thing, just having inspection day goes, two other tips. Pools, before you close up the pool, have a service contractor come out and again, write a letter. It's in good working order so that those buyers in December feel confident about that. Same thing with irrigation. And then lastly is access. We run into this all the time. How is the inspector going to get into that underfloor crawl space? The attic entry, is it in a closet with someone's personal belongings? The electrical panel. We need to unscrew the electrical panel box. Is it painted shut? Do we have permission from the sellers to use that knife to cut around it? I can't tell you how many issues that causes on inspection day. So really planning for inspection day, and I have a handout for you all that I can get emailed out to you about that. Create a template email that you use when you are, if you're the buyer's agent, you send a list over to the listing agent and say, make sure these things are accessible for my client on inspection day. Just preparing ahead of time so this whole process goes smoother. There aren't re-inspections or needs to come back to the property as much.
Yeah, of course. Those are great points. Really, I think there were comments in the chat about how great they were. And several agents who are very experienced commenting on that, Kara. Okay. So send me that seller checklist, preparation list, and I'll share that with everybody.
Great.
And Kara, can you jump onto chat real quick and put in all of your contact info if you haven't already?
I certainly can.
So people can reach you. And of course, I'll send it out in the email to everybody as well. But any real last minute quick questions for Kara? Anybody want to ask?
You're going to read them to me?
Yeah. I'm not seeing any questions though. Hold on. No, I'm not seeing any questions. Okay, cool. Well, there's Kara's info. Reach out to her and she's going to get me that checklist and I'll send it out to all you guys. But
I have one question here. Sure. How are you on your short-term bookings? I have 22 home inspectors that work across the state. So we can definitely accommodate. Right now, I think it's probably 2 days till you can get an inspection, but this market's so crazy, we get cancellations all the time. So we keep what we call a move-up list. Sometimes you can call the night before and you can get an inspection the next day because we get some cancels and things like that.
Awesome. Very good.
Great.
I guess that's it.
Thank you so much.
Tara.
Good to
All right,
see you
guys.
all. Email
Have a
me
great-
if you have any questions.
Absolutely, they will. Have a great
Okay.
day, everybody.
Thank you.
See ya.